Okay, in this screencast, I just want to talk about a brief review on the topic of scripts in MATLAB. So far in this course, we've basically dealt with scripts as the main way in which we write our MATLAB code. What I mean by a script, if I just open up this program from earlier on in the course, a script is just an M file. If I just resize this to properly fit on our screen, a script is just an M file. We can see it's got the extension .m. It's got a name with no spaces. It begins with a letter, not a number, and we can basically run that from the command line. If we type force calc week 2 and run it, it runs the script. The script runs in order, starting at the first line to the last line. Whatever code we have in there executes. The main points I want to make as we define scripts and slowly make our way towards functions is that scripts do not take input and they do not return output. What I mean by that is that we can't control what sort of input we feed to the script and what sort of output we get. All we can control is what exactly is written in here. So in terms of inputs, the closest we can get is to explicitly say mass is this vector, and the closest we get to an output is by forcing some sort of display to the screen, or by simply returning variables such as force, which might be the output of this script. With the script, each variable we see that is created and each variable that is used, they exist in the default MATLAB workspace, and we see that up here. The workspace has 4 variables produced by this script, and this is where they exist in a workspace. The default MATLAB workspace can be accessed by anyone and any program, so we can actually just say force is equal to 3, and now we've totally changed the meaning of this variable called force. This generally isn't a desirable feature. In a way, we want to hide our variables so they have one meaning and they can't be interfered with and polluted with rubbish data, such as what I just did there by renaming a useful variable we're using to some sort of rubbish. So yeah, scripts have one purpose and it's explicitly defined in the code. It executes line by line. And a further point I should make is that there is no help facility. What I mean by that is if I go help plot is a MATLAB command which has a nice little help document on there, whereas a script that we've written by ourselves has no help. And so if we want to give that script to somebody else at a different university, if we're dealing with a research project, or if you're at a job and you've written a script to do a task and you send that to another department, it's quite often there's no help available with someone else using it, and the closest we can get to help is very detailed comments. So basically all we want to do with this is we want to package it up in a way where we can reuse all this code, and a way we can provide clear, distinct inputs and receive clear, distinct outputs of the execution of all this code. And the way we can do that is by implementing functions in MATLAB. This is what the rest of the screencasts are going to cover.